We live, Sunday Live edition. My man Mike Antonace up in the building. Mike, what's going on this Sunday? Sunday evening, rather.
Double quarter pounder with cheese. That's what's up.
That's it? A double quarter pounder with cheese. That's what Mike's eating. Okay.
Delicious.
All right. Well, Mike's going to enjoy his double quarter pounder with cheese. Welcome to the Sunday Live. We haven't done this in a while. It's actually good to be back on YouTube. I've been away for about like a month now. So, good to come up here tonight, do this for you, spend some time with you guys. My man Mike, got some other people coming on. We're going to do our top 10 AFC quarterback rankings. Yes, that's what we're going to be doing tonight.
It's a hot way to live.
Hot way to live, Mike. And it's going to be really interesting because that's a hard rankings to do because there's so many great quarterbacks, so many guys that maybe are still a little unproven, or maybe like our guy, Deshaun. He hasn't played really in 2 years. So how do you rank him? There's a lot of questions. So looking forward to doing that. But yeah, well, I'm glad to be back. I've been away for a month doing a lot of personal growth and stuff, taking some time away from myself and just going through a lot of things. And so doing a lot better though. I feel much how do I want to say it, Mike? I feel much more reinvigorated now, much more
reinvigorated.
Yeah, refocused,
rejuvenated,
kind of really had a lot of reflection, realizations on a lot of things in my life in the last year. And so it's really good to sit back and do that for a month. Just gotta take some time away, and but I'm back now, feeling good. And I'll share more of that stuff soon on the reel. So stay tuned for that. We'll get a lot deeper into that. But Mike, what else is going on with you, bud? A lot of people are going to wonder what's going on in Mike's world.
I am excited that I'm going to pursue streaming on Twitch. So working towards that goal currently. Going to be an uncle soon, so that's exciting.
Oh.
My little sister is pregnant.
Okay.
With her and her husband, expecting their first.
Congrats to them.
Yep. So I'm super excited for that. They already got a name picked out. Yep, Uncle Mike.
Uncle Mike. Oh boy. Oh boy, Uncle Mike.
Mike.
Ah.
That McDonald's is not a hot way to live.
It's hot right now.
I told you a long time ago, quit eating that garbage.
I just can't stay away.
Huh?
I said I just can't stay away.
Apparently. I've been telling you for 3 or 4 years to quit eating that shit. You love that, don't you?
The double quarter pounder I do love. It's nostalgic.
What do you eat with it?
That's it. That's all I get from there.
Oh my Lord! Could eat at least get Burger King.
Oh, come on now. McDonald's is higher quality than Burger King.
Are you crazy?
Here we go. Okay, there we go. So we got a debate now.
The King is so much better.
Oh my gosh, garbage versus garbage.
The King.
The King.
That's my dad's favorite. Why is he your favorite, Dad? Because it's falling on a King budget.
Yeah, it's still cheap.
Maybe they save a few bucks for some freaking waste.
Save.
Now my favorite. What's my favorite fast? My favorite fast food joint, in all honesty, that's local, and I mean like actual like fast food, like major chains, not like the like small regional ones. Because like Five Guys is technically fast food, but it's high quality. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna go Five Guys burgers and fries.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like it's fast food, but it's high quality, right? Like you go to Five Guys, I mean the burgers are like $14. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
$13 now for.
I think I'd rather eat King for $1.
Yeah, so like I'm not gonna like count that because even though it's fast food, that's like I guess you could call it quality fast food. But
if I'm gonna put garbage in my body, I'm gonna spend as little as possible on it.
Right.
That's the hot way to live.
Right. My favorite fast food is probably
That's a hot way to save money.
Wendy's. I'd say Wendy's.
Well, Wendy's is a 3-star sit down.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. That's what Jason. Yeah,
it's a 3-star.
Yeah,
but they charge like a 3-star.
Somebody
I
said
remember
that
the last time I had Wendy's. It was like a little over a year ago. I was remodeled a bathroom, and Joseph and I ran, and it was in the end of the day, and I was starving. I was working all day in the bathroom.
It was late too.
We went to go for a cruise. We just ran up to Wendy's, and we got 2 combo meals. It was $30.
Well, first off, you got to tell it was late. We were starving. There was nothing really open, so that's all we had. And my mom and sister were out of town, so we were just starving. So, anyways. So we pull up to the thing. The guy goes, "Hi, welcome to Wendy's. We're out of this, and this, and this, and this, and this. But if you'd like to order something, please continue." And we're like, "Do you at least have like a burger and water?" And they're like, "Yeah, Mike, they didn't have bottled water. They gave me my freaking water out of the fountain, out of the tap, and put it in a cup."
The bathroom sink.
Bathroom sink water. I threw that shit out the window. The hell with that.
The last time I was at a Wendy's was the time I legit was the only car in the drive-thru, and I ordered a burger. It's a pretzel bun burger because those are really good when they have them out. It's limited edition. Limited
edition.
Yeah, limited. Rare. Like a collector's item if you put it in a glass case. But anyway, I freaking order this burger, and they give me a fucking chicken sandwich. Like, I was the only car in the
live that Mike night.
Nobody. Yeah, we were live that night. I was just so astonished. I wasn't even upset. I get home, and I open it up, and it's a chicken sandwich, and I'm like, I'm amazed at the human spirit. That is the human spirit at work right there. That is something. That's a beautiful thing. It's motivating, really, that I, the only car in the drive-thru in a fully staffed Wendy's, order a burger and get a chicken sandwich. The indomitable human spirit. That's what that is.
Well, here, Joy and I recently went through a Burger King, and one of the items ordered was a Whopper Jr. with cheese. Didn't have it, but it came without a meat patty.
No meat.
So you got to go with cheese.
Just took a bite in, and there was no meat.
That's amazing.
Grilled cheese, basically.
Right. My gosh.
Okay, all right. Yeah, Mike, you were on that night. I remember that was the one over on 91 North Darrow and
yep.
One over there.
Yeah, we're coming home from something. Me and the wife were out and about. We were coming home from something. I can't remember. And she was like, "You just want to grab something real quick?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And we grabbed Wendy's, and it's amazing. Like, all of the beautiful American quotes, like Ray Charles singing "America the Beautiful." The only thing that gets me more hyped than that is the human spirit that is on display. Like, I'm the only car in the Wendy's, and I order a burger, I get a chicken sandwich. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Work of art. I shouldn't have eaten the sandwich. I should have given it to the lube.
You should do what my dad did one time. That's what you should have did. You want to tell me? You remember that story, Dad? And let's just say yeah. Safe to say, my dad lit up Wendy's one night on it was Christmas of 2019, and that was something else that night. Oh boy, that was.
It was that long ago?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you don't forget that. You were out Christmas. Okay, so you could tell the story, but they were out. You guys, you and Mom were out Christmas shopping, and you decided to get a quick bite to eat because you're running around shopping. You got time to go sit down somewhere because you guys it was last minute, and so you decided to go to Wendy's that night. And why don't you explain what happened?
Well, it was a Saturday, and I worked all day, and I didn't eat because I was working deals. So I am, Mike. When I'm working, I don't even eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, so we get home, we head out, and so I'm irritated. You know, traffic's bad. I'm out spending money, and I'm hungry. So we go through we'll go through Wendy's. So we go through Wendy's, and I get up to the first. I order the food, and they tell me the total, and then I'm just irritated about what it. I cannot believe this is what I'm spending at Wendy's, but I'm like, the hell that I'm hungry. So I pull up to the window, and the manager's working the window, and he's got all these different young kids working with him, and you know they're busy. He starts to hand me the wrong order. I think that's what he did. He handed me the wrong something. He did something at the window. It's something with the wrong order. I can't remember exactly what he did, but and then it kind of like he just seemed like he wasn't really paying attention. So we get our food, we pull around, we park, and he forgot. I think they forgot something. So I get out of I'm pissed. So I get out of the car and I go inside and I tell them what they forgot to put in the bag. So I get the food. I go back outside and I get in the vehicle. And as I'm getting ready to start to eat, Joyce says they forgot to do. I don't know what they did.
They put mayonnaise on it.
They did something. Oh, that's what it was. They put mayonnaise on my burger, and I hate mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
And no, that's the first thing they did. I had mayonnaise on my burger, so I wanted.
No, that was the second thing. The first here, I remember what happened. The first time you went in, they forgot food. They gave you the wrong stuff. So you go in, they fix it. You come back out. You get out there, you take a bite of your burger, and there's mayonnaise on it, and that's when all hell broke loose.
Yeah. So by this time, I opened the door. I don't know what I was driving as a demo, but I almost ripped the door off of it when I slammed it shut. And I go storming in the side door to Wendy's. And as I go in, there's somebody coming out. And I kind of just almost like shove them right out of the way. And then as soon as you walk in, there's one of those yellow, you know, when they had a wet floor, those little yellow things they have. There's one of those like by the doorway. I just kicked that son of a bitch to the opposite end of it. To the far end of the dining room, and I get up to that counter, and that manager sees me, and I don't remember what I said. No, he tried to walk away. He saw me coming. And he tried to take off to the back of the restaurant, and I pointed right in his face and pointed down like, "You stop right now," And I started like going off. I don't know what I said to him, man, but I remember I just pulled my debit card out and I slammed my debit card on the damn counter. And I said, "Give me my damn." I said, "Give me my effing money back now." This guy thought I was going to.
But Mike, as all this is going on, I get a call from my mom. And my mom called. She's whispering. She goes, "Hey, Joseph." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "I think your dad's going to jail." I'm like, "What are you talking about, Mom?" She goes, he just went inside and they messed up his order. He went in there crazy and they put mayonnaise on his burger. When I heard that, I said, "Oh shit." They put mayonnaise on his burger. And when in fact they had to go back inside, it was the mayonnaise. The mayonnaise was the set off. That was the kryptonite, was the mayonnaise.
I think I just like, I took the bags of food, just threw it on the counter.
You took your card, you threw your card on the counter. You were pacing back and forth like a wild man.
Oh yeah, I was. I was pacing, and then the
oh my God,
the Uber drivers all bounced. They got the hell out of there. I mean, they saw. I mean, I was like pacing, like, man, they probably thought I was going to shoot the place up or something. I mean, that was going crazy. I'm telling you, the Uber and DoorDash guys left. They went and stood in the back of the restaurant, and so soon. And once he refunded my money, I just looked at him. I said, "Thank you, Merry Christmas." And I walked.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Have a Merry Christmas.
I had calmed down. Because what happens, you know how I am, Mike. I'll get like spun.
Yeah.
and then I start to feel bad.
And you'll come to, yeah, and then you'll be like, damn, like, I almost lost my cool there.
Oh yeah, I kicked that damn that wet floor thing. It had to go 40 feet. I mean, and I came through the door, and I was like, I almost like fell over when I kicked it. I mean, I was so like irate.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So
that was bad. That
Yeah.
was yeah. Oh boy, that was something else that night.
That's a great story. Great story to enter this live chat about fast food and its many misgivings.
Oh gosh, there's so many stories, dude. You could tell about that. I mean, because my dad, my uncle worked. You guys did the hauling for years, and that's where you guys would go to eat. So you did, Mike. You don't believe how many stories I've heard.
Oh, that's what I said to the guy, because we know what started it all was the cost of the food. That's what started it. That's what just irritated me beyond belief. So as it wasn't savings. So I'm paying what I pay, whatever I pay for that lousy food, and then this is the kind of service I get. So, and I remember I said that to him when I went in there. I said, I just paid, I don't know what it was. I'm yelling. I yell out the amount that I just paid for this food. I mean, I don't know, man. So, yeah, that's what set me off. When he told me the total, oh my gosh. Oh, well. I don't do that anymore.
Not anymore. Wow.
I don't do that anymore.
You've had some other instances since I've witnessed. It's like that day you pulled up to the Dunkin' Donuts to get coffee and donuts, and the lady's like, "How many?" You're like, "Hi, can I get because you got mom's coffee?" And she's like, "You're like, can I get a pack of donuts?" She's like, "How many donuts you want?" Or, no,
no. What I said was, "Can I get a plain old fashioned donut?" And then I went to order mama donut, and I said, "Can I also get I don't know what it was. Let's just say Boston cream donut." And before I could even finish, she just cuts me off and just says, "How many donuts would you like total?" And it just like the way she cut me off like that, so I just screamed in the window. I said 6. I mean, I screamed it in there, man. I said 6.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You and Mom have had some bizarre.
Oh, you remember the guy?
You almost hit
McDonald's on Graham Road.
The lady the guy was trying to take the kid. You thought it was like a child abduction going on, and right over there with a brick, like you're gonna hit this guy in the head with a brick. And the cop show up and he throws the brick.
I had a brick in my hand, Mike. Get ready to hit this guy in the head.
Well, it was a domestic thing type going on.
Yeah.
Between a couple that was split. She was trying to get away with the kid, which is terrible, obviously. So people were running over because it was coming to scene. You got to help.
Right.
The lady, she was yelling for help, so they went running over. And my dad, as he's running over, he sees a brick, so he gets a brick and puts it in his hand. And he's like, "Well, homeboy tries to do anything. He's getting a brick to the head." Then the cops pulled up and he just threw the brick like nothing happened.
Well, yeah. As soon as the police pull up, I just dropped the brick, and as I dropped the brick, the guy that was acting crazy, the father, he saw it fall to the ground and he just looked right at me like, "Oh shit!" Because this guy was acting so crazy. That's what I had to do. If he tried to take that child, or he hit that woman, or he attacked one of Joy.
Well, you're the male there too. You better step in.
I'm glad I was
That's what he was getting.
Better do something.
So he was getting.
Well, the worst I saw too was the time you and I pulled up somewhere a long time ago, and we pull up to the window, Mike, and they're taking forever to come to the window. You know what my dad does? He just goes, "Hurry up!" Just like that. And they came. So, but yeah, oh my gosh, there's so many. Remember the lady at Subway down in what was that? Which one was that? Was that down in Green?
Yeah, on 241.
Yeah, you'd walk into the Subway, Mike, and it'd like some drill sergeant lady taking your order. And you tell her, "Hey, let's say you got like a BLT. Hey, can I get a BLT foot long?" She'd be like, "Is that a meal, sir?" She'd just scream it across the place, right?
Screaming it. You get her in the parking lot.
Yeah, she'd like scream it in your face. She'd be like, "Is that a meal, sir?"
That's awesome.
And you're like, "Yeah, Yeah, it's a meal. Okay. It's
I love that.
every customer. But all right, well, here's your fast food chronicles to open up with, I guess, right, Mike?
Chronicles.
I'm sure Mike's probably got a couple more stories, but we got to get to our power rankings.
Hell yeah.
We're going to do our top 10 quarterbacks in the AFC. It's a tough one here, Mike. It's not very easy.
Starting from 1 and going to 10, or are we starting at 10 going to 1? How do you want to do it?
Probably be easier to go start to top to bottom, to be honest with you. Because it's top, you got to get to the top first, I think.
All right, let's do it that way. I'm down.
All right. And
So number 1.
we all can see if we can agree on it. Hold on. See how this looks on the screen. So you guys see that file? Let me zoom in on it. How's that, Mike? How's that look?
It looks beauteous.
Actually, I think I can move this. That's good enough. We'll go there. All right. So, all right. Here we go. We're going to rank the quarterbacks now. Let's get to it. Starting at number 1. I think this is pretty easy for me, Mike. I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes. The 2 teams.
I will agree with you. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, period. Might go down as one of the best quarterbacks ever. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
He's already got 2.
Hold on 1 second. Mahomes. All right, number 2, Mike. I would say I will go Joe Burrow.
As much as I hate to say it, I have to agree and say Joe Burrow. At least until, T. Higgins leaves and Tyler Boyd leaves. We'll see what he is after that. But, yeah, I'd have to unfortunately agree. Joe Burrow.
I agree also.
Joe Burrow, Dad?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Joe.
Now, this is where it gets difficult.
This is where it gets interesting. So, you got Josh Allen. You got Aaron Rodgers now. You got who else you got, Mike? There's so many. Justin Herbert. I need to pull up the teams so I can keep my mind refreshed.
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. A lot of names right here, Mike.
Well, we'll say, hey, we'll make this going into this year.
Yeah, okay.
Because it was tough to sample Watson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm going to look at their whole careers.
I think it's both. I think it's kind of the career, and kind of who you think going into it. Who would you?
Okay. So,
I would probably.
I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers. I don't think.
I agree with.
I don't think. I don't think the Jets are getting the Aaron Rodgers that was a back-to-back MVP, but and he didn't have a great year last year, but who was he working with? 2 rookie wide receivers, the ghost of Rob Gronkowski and Randall Cobb's, running corpse out there. Like, Rob Gronkowski. I'm sorry, I meant Bob Tunyon. I don't know why I said Gronkowski. But, yeah, no, I don't know. I think the Jets have way better weapons than the Packers did last year. I think he's going to be all right.
I think I got the Jets winning that division this year, personally. I like Josh Allen, but Josh Allen turns the ball over a lot in the end. I know people might say, well, Rodgers, I trust Aaron Rodgers more still. I think Rodgers with that talent, Garrett Wilson, they got the running back, what's his name, Breece Hall.
If he's healthy.
They got some other, Alan Lazard came over there. I think the Jets are going to be pretty, they can make it to the AFC Championship game, I think.
Yeah. I think the
Jets are pretty, they're going to surprise a lot of people. It could be similar when Tommy went to Tampa his first year. What do you think, your dad, Rodgers?
Yeah.
I agree. So then we'd probably put Josh Allen at 4, right?
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. Josh Allen, I still think the Bills win that division until further notice. But, Josh Allen, I think he kind of suffered because you got to remember, too, halfway through the season, he suffered that elbow injury on his throwing arm. So, his accuracy kind of fell after that. And, he's coming back into the season healthy. They drafted Dalton Cade, who I really like as kind of like their second pass catching option. So I think the Bills are pretty stacked. I think they're going to be good. Just kind of matter of that defense and when Von Miller, like, can they survive without Von Miller for 6 weeks?
Yeah. I don't know. I like the Jets. I like what they got. They're a pretty balanced team.
Yeah.
I like them. So I guess number 5 for me was I would go Justin Herbert for me.
See, I don't know. I'm gonna put Deshaun Watson here.
Yeah, but it's tough though. I would say
I would go Herbert. I think Herbert earns 5.
When I'm thinking of this list, I'm thinking after last season. Because with Watson, if you look at his whole career, then the dude might be up a little bit further than that. But I'm kind of looking at this as best quarterbacks, top 10 coming out of last season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm looking at it in both aspects. I don't think the 6 games. It's hard for me to take those 6 games at face value just because he said it himself. 6 games doesn't make my whole career, and he was learning everything new, and he still had the athleticism. He still had the zip on the ball. It's just the system.
Well, I agree with that. You can't expect anybody to come off the street and go play an NFL football game.
Well, no.
Right.
Well, what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about those 6 games. What I'm saying is, if I take his earlier seasons, then I have him ranked higher than 5th.
Right. I'm being cautious. I would agree. Like, he would be higher than 5th.
I would say him and Herbert in the NFL are pretty even when it comes to team accomplishments. Neither have really won anything. I mean, it's not like Houston winning. I mean, they made the playoffs and he was there, but they didn't, do well in the playoffs.
I'm gonna take the guy.
I don't hold that last year. Last year, Watson Houston was phenomenal. That wasn't his fault. That was just a terrible team put together.
Yeah.
JJ.
Yeah, I'm gonna take.
Sorry, wasted a year, dude. But
right.
I would go Herbert personally, but I don't know.
I'm gonna take D-Watt. I'm gonna take the guy that got MVP votes in that year.
Dad, you get to decide. Whatever. It's 1-1. Who would you go?
Well, I'm gonna take Watson, but Watson's not my 5th. He's not my 5th rated quarterback though. He's rated higher than 5th. I think. The guy's such a winner.
And college, Joe, it's the NFL.
Oh, I know that, but he was on you can't help but the hell team you're on. You know what I mean? But you look at.
I know that. I'm just saying that we got to go off of what we've seen lately too. I think the 4 we have in front of right now are better right now.
Well, then we're talking about last. That's what I'm saying. Then him being out for a whole season and then playing 6 games last year.
I know, but there still is an unknown a little bit. It's going to be almost 3 years, Mike. So that's a big. That 3 years is a long time. I think he'll be fine because they've done a good job helping him out, and the system will.
And he looks great at OTAs. I know OTAs, but he's.
But I just think you got to give credit to the other guys, Herbert.
Let me ask you this: the Watson that came out of Clemson. So what he did at Clemson.
He was
and then the way he played with the Texans, the numbers he put up with the Texans,
right,
is Kansas City still better with Mahomes?
Yeah, because that system, Mahomes is unique.
So you're saying that entire system.
I think that at the Andy, and you could put anybody in the Andy Reid system, a great quarterback. No, say anybody. You could put a lot of people in that system, and I think the system has helped Mahomes, but Mahomes is also a all-world. We've never seen a talent. That's a rare talent. That's
All right, is Cincinnati better with Deshaun Watson Deshaun Watson we're used to seeing? Is Cincinnati better with him or with Burrow?
Ooh, that's a hard.
Because I think Burrow in the NFL has been better in the crunch.
I think Watson.
Watson's been good in the crunch too, but I think Burrow. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's just because he's had the team around him to get deep into the playoffs to get to a Super Bowl. Does it?
Well, I don't think that nobody expected that Bengals team to make it to that Super Bowl. I don't think they had any business being there, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm just
No,
saying. I don't think Watson. I don't think the Watson prior to all these accusations. I don't think he's that low. I don't think
he is either. A lot of people
That's
had him.
what I'm trying to say.
No, I agree. Here, the last season was 2020. He was phenomenal. A lot of people had him top 3 even in some rankings in the whole league that year. So I get. You know what?
I would say right now Herbert at 5.
All right, we'll put Herbert at 5. But if you're asking me who I would take going into the season, I think it's close. I think Justin Herbert's pretty damn good, but there are things about Watson that I like a lot. I mean, like you said, I do think. I mean, the locker room seems to respond pretty well to him already. So
it's just his charisma. I mean, everything that comes with that guy.
Yeah, he's got swagger when he plays. I mean, he's confident he's confident.
Ultimate, he's just the ultimate competitor.
But so we'll put him here then at 6. But I'll say this: I do think you can put him by the end of the year. He could be at 3.
I agree.
Right.
So,
well, if we're not putting him at 5, let's put him at.
And we'll see how he goes head to head. He plays Burrow 2 times a year, maybe more. We'll see how he does in head to head. If he outbeats him, then you put him at 2. If he outplays him and beats him, put him at 2. He's got the chance. I mean, it's gonna be hard for him to go past number 1, obviously, but that guy's already in the Hall of Fame already, and so is Rodgers. But Mahomes is in his prime.
Yeah.
So I'll now at 7 you got Lamar, you got Russell Wilson, you got Tua. Oh wait, we might have to go back. We forgot a name. Trevor Lawrence.
No, I'm taking him lower.
I actually would take Trevor Lawrence over Justin Herbert.
So
I totally forgot about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt Trevor Lawrence.
I might even take Trevor Lawrence over Josh Allen.
So that's a hot take. I would not.
Doesn't turn the ball over like Allen.
Well, he threw 5 in a playoff game.
But that's his first playoff game. He doesn't. If you look at his overall history, he doesn't turn the ball. He's not a.
Allen didn't throw that many picks last year.
Here, I know Lawrence had his first playoff game where he threw picks. I get that, but if you look at the history between the two since college and the pros, Lawrence doesn't really turn the ball over like that a whole lot. I like Trevor Lawrence.
Here, Trevor Lawrence looked great in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, he was.
He looked like what you expect of Trevor
He only
Lawrence.
Threw last year only 8 interceptions. I mean, that's not a lot.
How many picks did Josh Allen have?
Josh Allen. See, Josh Allen turns the ball over a lot in the fourth quarter. 14.
Right.
14 to how many touchdowns?
35. But he threw the ball more. But I'm saying Trevor Lawrence. That was Trevor Lawrence's second or third. I mean, that was. I would put Trevor Lawrence above him personally. Most people may not like
I'm
that.
thinking Trevor Lawrence all day long.
I would too.
Let me ask you this:
bad dude.
How good is Buffalo with Trevor Lawrence? Are they lesser or are they better?
They're
the same. They're the same. Or
no,
better.
You're crazy, dude. They're better with Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
Josh Allen, their entire rushing attack, plus he could throw
so
35
can Trevor
touchdowns.
Lawrence.
That's
Trevor Lawrence can run like a deer, dude.
That's why I
He
think
cannot.
Trevor Lawrence Trevor Lawrence is slightly a better passer than Josh Allen. Maybe not arm talent, Mike. We're not talking arm talent. We're talking scanning the field, dropping dimes for longevity.
I would put Trevor Lawrence maybe at 10. That's where I'm at.
You're
with
out of
Trevor.
your damn mind.
You better
He's played 2 years. First year was awful, and then his second year last year,
Look what was going on.
He's a rookie.
Urban.
I get it.
His coach.
I get it.
In the news.
But I just haven't seen enough, and I've seen enough of Josh Allen to know the guy can rush for nearly 1,000 yards, have 5 to 6 rushing touchdowns, plus 35 extra passing touchdowns, and throwing for almost 5,000 yards. I'm going to take Josh Allen every time.
Aaron, if you want to put Josh Allen over him right now, I can understand that. But I just think he's better than Herbert, though. I'm putting him over Herbert.
His time's coming. He's going to be.
That's fine. You can put if you want
top 5 by the end of the year, he might be top 5 in the whole league by the end of the year.
Maybe, or he'll fizzle out. Who knows?
Trevor Lawrence is a bad dude. I'll put him at 5. But I would put him at 4. All right, so we got Mahomes, Burrow, Rodgers, Allen, Lawrence, Herbert, Watson. 8, Lamar.
I'd put Lamar there. That's
I
that's
take
fine.
Lamar over Russell Wilson and Tua. So.
Oh yeah.
I'm out on Russell Wilson. I'm not buying that.
Yeah,
I think he's
he's
good.
got a big shame himself.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson deserves to be. Some people watch this might have Lamar higher, and you can make that argument. I just think the guys in front of him,
Based on what?
based on he's a little more accomplished than the other guys. I wouldn't personally. I'm just saying.
He
some people
can't
could
throw
see
the
that.
ball.
I know that. I'm just saying. That's why I was about to say the other 7 guys ahead of him are more complete quarterbacks, because I think people forgot what quarterback looks like, because everybody gets fascinated by the running. But we'll see what he does this year. It's a more air raid attack. Todd Monken's over there. Maybe he's improved his passing. They said he's looked a lot better. So we'll see. But anything you want to add there, Mike?
No, I agree with what you said. I think Lamar's going to have a great year.
Now we're down to, you got Rusty Wilson. You got Tua. Any other names there, Mike? Kenny Pickett.
Bunch of rookies. Kenny Pickett.
Who's the rookies coming in?
Stroud, Richardson. I think that's it. Maybe whoever.
I got a hot take for you, Mike.
Drafted.
I got a hot take for you, Mike.
What's that?
Could C.J. Stroud be ranked above Tua and Russell Wilson by the end of the year?
I'd say maybe Russell. Tua. I still think Tua is going to put up good stats just based on the receivers and the passing attack he has. And outside of, who is he throwing to? Houston drafted Tank Dell, and I don't even know who else they got, honestly. But I still think CJ Stroud's going to have a great year. I wouldn't be surprised if you could put him at 10, but 9 I'd still probably put Tua. Because, he's like Kirk Cousins at this point, except his weapons are better.
Would you take him over Russell Wilson?
Yes, I would. Just based off of, because
I do think Russell's gonna be a little better this year with Sean Payton. I don't think he's gonna be.
I agree with that. But if we're just talking about
last year,
right? If we're just talking about right now, Russell and Tua. If we're putting their bodies to work together, Russell Wilson obviously has had a better career. He's probably a Hall of Famer. But with what we saw last year, I think Tua and Russell have the same kind of issues. But I think Tua is going to put up better numbers just based on the weapons he has. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. They upgraded their running game a little bit. They might get Dalvin Cook. So that'll help the pass attack.
I still think Russell Wilson's better than Tua. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't.
Here, we're hanging all this on last season, because if we're talking about the entire career, then he's way up there.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, but I think Tua. I still think he's gonna be better than Tua this year. I think Sean Payton's gonna straighten him out a little bit.
Oh, he will, absolutely. He'll have a great season this year.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll have a good year. I don't know if he'll be like Russell we used to know, but
he definitely won't be in the Here, I can tell you this. I'm looking at that list. I still have him over Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
because the guy can throw the ball. I like Lamar Jackson. Believe me, I like him, but he can't throw the football. If I got a team, and I need a quarterback, and all I feel like I need is a quarterback to possibly try to get a Super Bowl, I'm taking Russell Wilson over Lamar Jackson. The guy can throw the football at least. He can throw the ball on target.
He didn't throw the ball last year, but I get it. It was 1 year. But what do you think, Mike?
I mean, I'd still take, just based off of, I think Russell is going to have a better year, but I don't think it's going to be that good. I don't think they're going to throw the ball a hell of a lot, if I'm being honest.
Would you put Russell over Lamar?
Oh God, no.
Why?
I wouldn't either.
You wouldn't? Why? If you had a team right now, you had all the pieces in play, but a quarterback. You think you got a greater chance of getting to the Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson, who can't throw the ball on target?
See, I just don't buy into that. Lamar is the only quarterback ever to throw for over 4,000 yards and have 1,000 yards rushing.
I don't care about the rushing, Mike. I don't care about that.
1,000 yards.
It doesn't matter. I have never seen any quarterback win a Super Bowl that plays like that. It just doesn't translate to the NFL.
Well,
you have to be able to throw the ball, and you got to be able to throw the ball down the field. He can't.
I mean, plenty of quarterbacks like that have made the Super Bowl.
You don't start the season just to make the Super Bowl.
See, that's
I'm just saying, like, you could win that.
If we're comparing the two, see, here's the thing with Russell Wilson, where Lamar is the edge. Lamar's never had any teammate come out and say anything bad about him, or he seems to have pretty good leadership in that locker room. Russell Wilson's teammates turned on him. I mean, it was vividly on the screen. I think that team's not. I don't care how talented you are. That team's not even sniffing the playoffs. The hell of the Super Bowl.
I'm looking at just.
That's not even a wild card.
Talent. I'm looking at quarterback talent. I love Lamar Jackson. I think the guy, you've heard me say it when we watch games, the dude is just a great football player. The dude is so competitive. He plays the game. He plays the game like a kid.
I know. I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? As bad as Wilson looked last year, I mean, that was pretty bad. I think he'll be better, but I still think Lamar would have. I just still think Lamar's have a more successful season.
You got to be able to throw the ball.
One thing with Lamar has over a lot of these guys is he is a home run from anywhere on the field if he gets in space. You know.
I know, but defenses have caught up to him. I don't think he's going to come out this year and have. I don't think he's going to put up the stats that he used to put up. Because I just think the defenses they've learned.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do. They got a new offense now. I don't know what they're going to do.
Oh yeah, but he's one-dimensional. You have to tailor that offense around his legs.
I've never seen him be. The only reason he's been one-dimensional is just because that is how they tailored the offense and because of the weapons he had. His best receiver he worked with is Hollywood Brown, when we haven't heard of him since he got traded to the Cardinals.
The reason they tailored that offense that way is because they know he can't throw the ball.
Can't throw the ball.
He can't throw the ball. He can throw short yardage. He cannot throw that ball downfield.
He can throw to the first read and he can throw to where the play's designed to go. Where he has to evolve his game is sitting in that pocket and scanning the field and taking the easier throws. Sometimes, and if anybody's watching this, go to Coach JB, the real Coach JB. Go to his show on YouTube. Popular guy. Every day I watch a great show. Quarterback guru coach. He breaks down the film of Lamar Jackson, and this is from an expert. And so go watch that film over again, Coach JB, where he breaks it down. And he shows you, though, where a lot of times when Lamar struggles, he doesn't hit the easy. He tries to – he's not a great decision maker at times when it comes to throwing the ball in the pocket. He tries to force the ball in bad windows, doesn't take the easier completions. That's where he has to evolve his game. Where he's much better is when it's direct, where he knows what the play is designed. And maybe that's what Todd Muggins would do more of. Now, I don't know how Odell's going to do as a number one receiver coming off 2 ACLs. We'll see. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, I love him. I think he's arguably best football player in the league. You talk just pure football player. You know what I mean? arguably, like how I used to think about Troy Polamalu. For a long time, I thought Polamalu was the best pure football player in the league. You just talk about a ball player. That's how I think of Lamar Jackson. From a quarterback standpoint, though, he can't throw the ball accurately.
Yeah. I don't know though. I think he'll be better this year. I think he'll improve. I think you're going to see an improved throw.
I hope he does. I want the guy to be successful. And
I would still. Honest, the reason why I take him over Russell, I'm just be honest with you. Who would I rather have in my locker room? I'd rather take Lamar than Russell in my locker room. That's why I got him over him. I think that.
I agree with you there. Well,
that's why I give him the edge. And then we got Tua last, Mike.
Shit, if that was the case, then I got him up at 2.
I know, but we're splitting hairs. We still got to keep
I
the
know.
criteria. We're splitting hairs in a little. I would still. Yeah, I gotta. It's more of I gotta see it from Wilson this year. That was pretty bad last year.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Yeah, they were riding all right. But
yeah,
2 at 10. So our top 10, we got Mahomes at 1. No dispute there. Joe Burrow at 2. I think that's a pretty easy one there. Then at right here's where things get debatable for people watching. We got Aaron Rodgers at 3, Josh Allen at 4, Trevor Lawrence at 5, Justin Herbert at 6, Deshaun Watson at 7, Lamar Jackson at 8, Russell Wilson at 9, and Tua Tagovailoa at 10.
Good old Tua.
So again, it's a very subjective thing. It's not an easy thing. We sat here and argued for a while. So put the comments below what your guys' top 10 is. I guess looking at this list, we'll go down. I'll start. The one thing I would do differently, I probably might have Trevor Lawrence higher.
Yeah.
That would be my one thing. Mike, what about you?
I think it's a pretty good list, honestly. I would actually probably have Trevor Lawrence a little bit lower. That's just me. I'm not bought in yet. Maybe after this season I will. But yeah, that's the biggest point of conjecture for me. It's just the Trevor Lawrence discourse. I just don't know yet.
Dad, what would you have differently on this list?
As I'm looking at it, maybe the Rodgers Burrow thing could be flipped.
Really?
Maybe. I mean, Rodgers is. I mean, he's 38?
Yeah, but I think lately, Burrow's been better.
38. So it's like I mean, this dude could have a revival in his career like Brady did. I mean, we forget about all the things he did and what he's capable of doing. He's probably the most talented passer in the whole group. You know what I mean?
Well, I would put him over Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's certainly the best passer in the whole group. So
over Mahomes?
I'd say so.
Passer.
His body of work, yeah.
Well, I see what you're saying, but I think Mahomes is the best arm talent.
Mahomes is more dynamic.
And can be able to make the craziest damn throws. So, and be accurate. So maybe that. And I'm a Lawrence guy too. I just think there's just so much upside in that dude.
Yeah, that's why I have him higher. Cause I'm going off upside, but I think by the end of the year he could be a top 5 in the whole league. Right.
I mean, second year with that coach. You just saw a glimmer of it last year, and it's the dude's. I mean, that could be he's the next dude. I mean, when he was coming out, everybody said, okay, this is going to be the guy that takes it from Brady. You know what I mean?
He was number 1.
Yeah, I mean the dude is just unbelievable, and he had that coaching debacle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but there's a lot of talent there, and what's the guy 6'6"? Good grief, he can run like a deer.
Yeah, make every throw on the field. Yeah, he's a real deal.
and just has the he's a winner, the charisma, just the. I mean that. And in the locker room, and he still eats a Waffle House. Remember after that game, he just went to the Waffle House.
Reagan puts a Waffle House.
He just walks in a Waffle House at 1 a.m. with his buddy
Yeah.
and their girlfriends or wives. I mean,
Where the hell else are you gonna go? It's Jacksonville.
well, no, I just love the fact that the guy's still down to earth in a sense where they're
Yeah.
up to a Waffle House.
Right, stick to his southern roots.
Right. I just love dudes like that.
No, I do too. I like Trevor Lawrence. I think he's a bad dude. I think he'll be around for a long, long time. But
Yeah.
all right.
But
Well,
Super Bowl MVP 2023-2024 season, Deshaun Watson calling it. Let's go.
yeah. You think they could win the division? Well, I think Mike, didn't you and I picked them to win the division? So
Yeah, I think we're going to win the division. With all the coaching changes, you know, I still like. Here's the thing: the only real team that I think is going to compete, because Baltimore starts hot always and then they fizzle. I'm not sold on Cincinnati's offensive line, and Joe Burrow famously does horrible against elite pass rusher talent, whether from the interior or the ends. I don't know if that's because Cincinnati's offensive line coach is awful. I don't know if that's just because their players are bad. I don't know if that's because of their offensive line blocking scheme. Couldn't tell you. I'm not really in the know too much on the O-line kind of play. But all I do know is Cincinnati's O-line is bad. They signed Orlando Brown to try and fix it. I think it's still going to be pretty bad. And, our pass rush, our line has only gotten better, adding Zadarius Smith, Agba Okonkwo, Dalvin Tomlinson, drafting Siaki Ika. So I think we can win the division just based off the defense, because I think our offense is going to score points. That was never my worry with the offense. My biggest worry was just our defense can't hold down the fort so our offense can win.
yeah, I agree. I think too. What do you think's going to happen now, Mike? I know the D-Hop thing looked like it was going to happen, then all of a sudden now it's kind of quiet. You don't know what's going on. What do you think? What kind of move do you see them making now?
I think we add probably another defensive tackle. You know, the Perion Winfrey stuff is still weird. So if you take him out of the equation, I think Jordan Elliott's going to move to a more rotational role with Maurice Hurst, because Maurice Hurst, if he could stay healthy, is a pretty good player, but they probably need one more just piece in that defensive tackle room, and we have enough money for it. So I'd probably say if we add anything, maybe another running back and a defensive tackle. And I'm not talking about like a flashy running back like Ezekiel Elliott or anything like that, but maybe like, J.D. McKissick's still out there. He could be an interesting name. And for defensive tackle, I mean, you still have Shelby Harris. I think he's still out there, as well as Matt Ioannidis, who I think is probably going to be the guy because he played free tech.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll take Perion's spot. Because, Perion's got that assault charge, and then on top of that, he's been working out inside for some reason, even though he's been healthy. So I don't know if he's like breaking rules at camp again, but it's just been a train wreck. And hopefully he can turn his life around. Feel bad, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Dad? Can they win the division?
They should win a division, but my mind goes to Pittsburgh still. Pittsburgh will be better this year. Probably the best coach team. They got the best coach.
You take Pittsburgh over the Bengals?
It's better organization, better coaching.
But the Bengals are the better team.
Are they that much better?
They got Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
They got Joe
Burrow.
I know that. I'm just saying, the Steelers made some moves. I'm just saying that's
like
the
what?
team. Huh?
Like what?
Oh.
In the draft, the guys they drafted for their defense.
Well,
Banking on rookies
they
in
can-
year one, and I'm banking
yeah, they
on
can-
Kenny
they can-
Pickett.
They can hope that draft will go well, but Joe, I mean, their receivers are okay. Their offensive line is still
Maybe
bad.
the Steelers
Their running game is
the
subpar.
Steelers could be better
Kenny
than
Pickett.
the Steelers could be better than the Ravens, maybe, because I think the Ravens they brought back Lamar, but I'm not really sold on the rest of their roster. They lost a lot.
I'm not saying I don't think the Steelers.
I'm saying from a Cleveland Browns standpoint, we seem to do okay against the Bengals, but not the Steelers. You know what I mean?
That makes more sense.
That's what I'm talking about. to
All right.
when you talk about winning the division.
That
I
makes,
mean, we split with them the past like 3 years. So I mean, if we split with them again, we split with them. That's just how it is in the division.
Well,
You know. I mean, they haven't swept us in quite a long time. So
I still think it's
I'm not
gonna be
really,
the battle of Ohio wins the division.
yeah, I'm not
the
worried about that.
Browns
I think we're gonna
certainly
split with
should
one of
win
our,
the division.
yeah, we're
And
gonna split with some.
I don't be surprised if they still get Hopkins.
I still think so too. I don't think it's never over till it's over. I don't.
No, I agree with that. And I think, everything that I've read, it sounds like the Browns did offer him a contract. Obviously, it's not the money he wanted, or he would have accepted it.
They're playing
So he's
smart.
Well, here's
Yeah.
what he could be doing. You know what he could be doing though? He could be just visiting a couple more teams to justify the Browns, to see if he still wants to go back to the Browns. I mean, he's already met with the Browns, and so it's kind of like if somebody comes and look at a car. Well, I want to go. I love this car. I want to go look at these other two first before I make a decision. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? If I'm Hopkins, I just don't sign with the first team. I may want to go to Cleveland. I may want to be with my old quarterback, but I'm still going to go check with these other teams to see if it still feels good. You know what I mean? So, there's no reason to hurry. It doesn't cost him anything, and so that's probably all he's doing. And you got to believe he wants to play with Watson again.
Well, it depends on his priority is too. If you want to win a Super Bowl on your way out, if you want to go out on top, your best chance about the teams that offer you is the Browns. It's not Tennessee, and it's not what's the other team, Mike?
New England.
Yeah, it ain't New England.
Right.
So, but if he wants his money, then you go to Tennessee probably. But I don't know. But I agree. I think you gotta want to go try to win. I mean, and I mean, really, Ryan Tannehill and Mac Jones over Deshaun Watson.
Might be Will Levis.
That's what I'm saying. The Browns. I think the Browns are in the driver's seat. He's just going out and checking the other cards out. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, the guy's still great enough for receiver. He's not going to play with some quarterback this late in his career that's not going to be able to get him the ball where he wants it, because those two guys ain't going to do that consistently.
Or they're trying to get a better offer. They're trying to get the Browns to offer more.
Yeah, there's some type of because if you read Mary Kay's report, just like with a lot of things, you always got to look at people. See, people will just read over the headlines, but they don't pay attention to the specific words. When Mary Kay put that report out, she said the Browns seem to be a long shot for now.
Right.
Just
like with Watson.
Words are very important. Well, yeah, it's like everybody kept saying, "You're not getting Deshaun Watson." And they said they literally said the Browns were out. The Browns were never out. They were just playing leverage. That's all they were doing.
Yeah, I just believe in Barry.
Yeah, I do too.
The dude gets it done. And when I got to believe that guy, when a player gets in front of that guy, he just puts him to sleep. I mean, that guy, when you just sit and listen to him in interviews, I can't imagine what it's like sitting on the other end of the table from him. And he just sells the team and the organization in the future. I mean, and you're just like, God, I want to play for this guy. I want to play for this GM. You know what I mean? So,
well, they got really good coaching too.
Yeah, Andrew.
Alex Van Pelt's a pretty respected offensive guy. Shadow Shea is one of the better, more respected wide receiver coach in the league. Coached in New England when they were on the Super Bowl run.
And there's one thing we learned from like the team meetings too. Like, I know Cleveland fans like to make fun of him, but Kevin Stefanski is well loved and respected by players and like coaches alike. Like, they think Kevin Stefanski is a smart and good coach.
I agree.
Players want
to.
Jim Schwartz said a lot in his about Kevin this thing. I don't think Jim Schwartz would have came here if he didn't trust Kevin Stefanski. So
I like Stefanski. I'm not against Stefanski. Did I think it was possible he was going to get fired at the end of the season? Yeah, it was possible, but I like the guy. I mean, I think he's a player's coach. I think he doesn't lose his cool. He doesn't. The players believe in him.
He's never had ideal. Well, number one, he walks into a team with Baker Mayfield as a starting quarterback. in the midst of a pandemic. So the first 2 years, he never had a real off season. And then last year, the off season was unique too, because you signed a guy coming off of a lot of things off the field, and then he gets suspended, and your guy's Jacoby Brissett. Love Jacoby, but he's not as, Jacoby's.
So yeah, you have to implement 2 separate playbooks. One
He's
for
never
Jacoby.
Kevin Stefanski's never had a normal offseason with a team. His team, the way he wants it in 3 years until now.
That's true.
And again, you have to consider, because tell me another coach that's walked into that anywhere else.
No.
You can't, because there's no, number one, you're not going to find a pandemic situation. That was the first time we've ever seen that in our lifetime with all those circumstances. And then also the same thing with the quarterback, with the Watson thing, that whole thing. So Kevin Stefanski's been surrounded by a lot of unique circumstances. And I think the fact that the guy got Baker Mayfield in his first year to look like to the point where people are going to pay, they were going to consider paying Baker $25 to $30 million. It's because of that offense. Go back and watch the tape that year. It was all because of Stefanski to me.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's very obvious. Would
you pay Baker Mayfield $25, $30 million now, or Kirk Cousins?
Not a chance.
No. He got Kirk Cousins paid, and he almost got Baker paid too. But,
glad he didn't.
Well, he put him in position to get paid. He got him in position. He did his job.
Yeah, he did.
But Mike, you been watching the snoozer of an NBA Finals?
Oh yeah, I mean it's been.
Debacle.
I mean, I thought it was going to be more interesting just because every single game was close, and I picked Denver. I mean, you and I were talking about it. I was like, maybe Denver in 5. Remember? But like,
I picked Denver too. I thought it'd be a little more competitive though.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler might be the new Charles Barkley at this rate, though. Just like a great player, never going to win a ring.
You're right. Just because he's crapped the bed. He's been invisible in the fourth quarter. He's underneath the basket the other night, just pump faking. Just shoot the ball. You're underneath the basket, and he's just pump faking, so he turns the ball over. He's been invisible in the fourth quarters.
Well, not only that, he's been invisible in the fourth quarter. Bam Adebayo. He
thinks he's Kevin Garnett. I mean, that dude.
So.
He's a joke.
Yeah, I'm not sold. I mean, I think he's a starting center in the league. He made an All-Star one year, but that can't be your second best player on a championship team,
right?
Caleb Martin has to carry your team at times. It's a problem.
And Caleb Martin's still unproven. I mean, the guy was. I mean, I think he's earned money this offseason, but I don't know if I put him in like this star category yet. I think that's a little too premature. But I just think Denver's just a way better team. When you got a guy like Jokic, and when you have a big and a small like Murray and Jokic, and Jokic is so unique and probably the greatest passing big man ever we've probably ever seen at that position. You can plug and play anybody. Just put shooters around them, which they do. That's the result you get. They're gonna be a tough team to beat for a while because they'll always be considered a contender from here on out.
Right. I'm happy for Jokic that he's going to get this chip because it really just validates his MVPs that he's gotten. Like the back-to-back years with it. Like I'm happy for him. Like because now we can definitively say he's one of the best players in the NBA. Yeah.
Might be the best player in the NBA right now.
There's an argument for it.
I mean, he might be. I mean, I don't know who else. Maybe Giannis still over him. I mean, Giannis did get hurt in this playoffs, so.
No, I'll take Jokic over him.
Giannis already has a championship and MVPs and a Defensive Player of the Year. I'm still putting Giannis over it. Like
Giannis
Giannis.
Giannis is a better. Giannis is a better two-way player, but I think Jokic could control a game more just by his the game stops.
They're two very different players how they play the game. I think it's an interesting discussion to be had.
Where Jokic is in rare air in some ways is because when you have a guy when he has the ball in his hand and the game stops, and it all depends on what he does and whatever he can shoot, he can pass. Anything he does can get you. That's pretty. You know,
What's
like
made
Shaq. Shaq wasn't the best defender, but Shaq made the game stop. He controlled the game just off pure dominance.
right? What's made LeBron's career?
Because he controls the game.
How does he control the game?
Because it all starts with him.
His ability to pass the ball anywhere on the court, from anywhere, and that's what makes Jokic. If Jokic couldn't pass the ball, they wouldn't even be where they're at right now.
No, they'd just be an average team.
Because the guy can laser the ball anywhere on the court, and it's impossible to defend.
Well,
and
he's
a
shooting
7-footer.
He's shooting dirt fadeaways. He
Right.
could shoot threes. He could shoot from anywhere on the court. He's big. He could body you down the post. I mean, the dude's pretty. he's the best center we've seen in a long, long time. So, I mean,
I kind of like it because they brought he's the bigs are coming back. You know what I mean?
he probably should have won the MVP this year.
Yeah,
They weren't going to give it to him because it would have been 3 in a row, but he probably should have won it.
Yeah. There's a player I could be any lower on. Here's my hot NBA take.
All right.
I really don't like Joel Embiid. I really don't think he's soft. I think he is soft. He's like he's a flopper. He loves to get to the free throw line, and he's just like not physical enough. And he's just I just don't like his game. I really don't. And I know like by the numbers he's great, but like honestly, I think the biggest problem why they don't succeed in the playoffs ever. I mean, what's the constant? Jimmy Butler leaves, goes to the finals, like get Doc Rivers gets fired again. They give him James Harden. They're giving him Tobias Harris. They're giving him, how many more players have to cycle through Philadelphia before it's like, okay, maybe Joel Embiid is the issue here because he disappears in the playoffs like completely. Well, I just don't as good as everyone says he is. Yeah. I really don't like him.
I agree. I mean, he's talented, but I agree with you. He acts like he's won 5 championships already.
Yeah.
His demeanor and how he acts on the court and his, way he smiles and his he's kind of smug, and that doesn't translate well to the role players on the team, the other guys. That doesn't do you any good in the locker room. And then the guy, I mean, he's out there on the floor crying because he didn't win. I mean, I get it sucks. It's painful to lose. You don't get out there and you don't talk all that shit and act a certain way and then cry. You just don't do that. And that's the thing I like about Jokic, and I've got to watch Jokic a lot more in these playoffs, is you don't know if the guy's winning or losing. You know what I mean? He just gets out there and plays. He don't really smile. He don't talk shit. He just plays. His game does the talking, and that's what I like. I mean, and so that becomes contagious to the rest of the team. How could those guys on that team not follow that?
Right.
I've always thought Philadelphia was one of the most overrated things.
Right.
I thought they were overrated. I thought Boston was slightly overrated for a while because if you look at Boston's roster, it's very imbalanced. I thought there's a lot of these teams I just never really, but I don't him or Harden. James Harden's not going to win you.
No.
He'd have to be a third option to win, even have a shot at winning a championship. I don't think James Harden be your second option. Definitely not your first option. I don't think. Yeah, so I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens this summer. To be like Damian Lillard looks like he's probably gonna get traded. To where I don't know. Maybe Boston. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Philly. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of places that should want him.
Right.
That's a name. That's gonna be a big move. Obviously, I think whatever happens in LA, the Lakers.
Will they sign CP3?
Huh?
Will they sign CP3?
No.
He needs to retire.
Chris Paul's still a good player.
He can't stay healthy.
He come off a bench, but I don't think he's a starter anymore.
I mean, you missed their last series because his groin was hurting. Get your ass out there and play.
I agree.
This dude's just always hurt.
I don't think he goes to the Lakers, Mike, because I don't think the Lakers could be the same team.
I agree with that.
I just don't.
Well,
I think that's going to blow up.
can they still go out there? Remember you said last year, Lonzo Ball? Or no, LaMelo Ball, I mean.
Well, I think that happens when they blow that up.
Yeah.
That's down the road because LaMelo's made it clear that he wants to be in California down the road. He ain't gonna be in Charlotte. And I think Charlotte's
Send
gonna
them back from that.
Charlotte's gonna try to unload him. I think LaMelo will play in California one day. I think to me it'll be the Lakers because by then the LeBron AD thing's over. I think it's over now. Maybe you put him with AD and get another star in there in the middle down the road. Maybe have he'll be the point guard, 2 other stars. You know, Anthony Davis, one of them. I do think AD stays in with the Lakers, but I don't think LeBron's going to be a Laker next year. I think he's going to be in Dallas. I do think there's merit to that. Some people may say, "How is he going to get there?" I think that's maybe why he threatened retirement, just so if they don't buy him out, he'll just retire. I don't think he really cares. Like either if I go, I do. If I don't, I'll just retire. I just don't.
Turn the Dallas.
He can't.
The Dallas Cavs.
You can't wait. He's not going to waste it. He said it. You got go watch his press conference after they lost. The guy pretty much told you is, I'm not wasting my time with this crap anymore. Either I'm on a legit contending team or I'm just not going to play.
Right.
Well, I think there's 4 teams. I think Dallas is the first. Cleveland, the Knicks, or Miami.
He's not going back to Miami. That'll never happen.
Well, that's why I said 4th for them, but don't rule the Knicks out.
It's a launch shot, but I just hear you.
Said it early in his career.
He'd have to take somebody with him.
Right.
But I don't see that. I think it's the Mavericks, or if he had to, just come back to the Cavs. Because, I mean, at least with the Cavs, you know what you got. But he's actually the piece they need. But I think there's merit to I think he wants to play with Kyrie. He loves Luka. He got his boy over there, Dudley, as the assistant coach. And I think, too, the Western Conference, the Western Conference is still wide open in a way. I mean, I know Denver's there, but Denver's got some pieces they'll be losing. I don't think Denver's like an unbeatable team either. I don't think they're like that category. But
no,
if you put LeBron with Luka and Kyrie, and they'll fill out the rest of that roster, that's a pretty it's a pretty tough team to beat.
I agree.
They got Jason Kidd, the coach, right?
Yeah, Dudley's the assistant coach.
All right, and that's his cat, Jason
That's
Kidd.
his cat. Yeah. I don't know.
Especially after what Billy told me last year. He'll be in Dallas. They were already down there last year scouting the joint out.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I mean it's been
and the election's coming. If there is an election, but they need him down there campaigning.
Maybe, but I think he'll be. Yeah, I think he'll be a Maverick. I think as highly as he speaks to Luka too, but there's been a lot of. Where do you think Dame Lillard goes, Mike?
Vietnam. No, I think Dame.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know.
People even said Miami for Dame. I don't know what Miami can offer.
I'm Damian Lillard. Where am I going? I could see Miami. I could see maybe Boston would be really interesting.
I think Boston is the team because they got Jaylen Brown they can give up for him.
Yeah, I think
another Trae Young possibly the Lakers is a thing. I think that's the move the Lakers have. I don't think they can get Kyrie, but I do think Kyrie might want to go there. I just don't think it's working out financially. I mean, Kyrie's already lost money from Brooklyn. He's not going to give up more money. So somebody's going to give him his money. But there is a lot of rumors about Trae Young trying to force his way to LA, maybe to the Lakers. That would be
interesting and a little funny.
Yeah. He is a clutch client, so
yeah. But all right, gentlemen.
Should be interesting. But all right, well, that was our live for today. Our top 10, or tonight rather, our top 10 quarterback rankings. And you guys want to stay on the way out of here?
Stay out the McDonald's, Mike.
All right, stay off McDonald's, Mike. Mike, you got anything on the way out of here, bud? Mike? Mike, you there? All right, I think we lost Mike. I think Mike just officially fell asleep. So, all right, there goes Mike. Goes Mike. But all right, well, any words of encouragement on the way out of here?
No. Nope.
Nothing.
Got nothing.
All right, well, that's it. All right, well, thanks for joining.
I'll
Thanks,
see you in a
Mike.
few minutes.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This is Random Sunday Night Live. We were just hanging out earlier. We decided to come up here. We thought about doing those rankings, top 10 AFC quarterbacks. Again, let me know what you guys think. Again, that's a very tough list. So leave your comment below where you have the guys ranked at. Maybe something you disagree with we did, or you like something we did. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I said, I've been on a little hiatus for a month. Get myself together. Doing a lot of inner work, a lot of just deep diving spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, getting back into routine, a lot of things. And there's a lot of things you guys don't know about that I was in the last year I've been doing behind the scenes, privately. And a lot of those things have taught me a lot of things. And they've been a lot of new things for me to help me grow. Everything's growth, everything's forward. It'll give me a lot more perspective on a lot of things in life. And just just a different perspective on a lot of things. And I've been able to kind of sit back the last month and kind of reflect on a lot of things I've done. No regrets or anything, but just everything's like wins and lessons and learning, maybe things you do differently next time, or a lot of those things, or and also paying attention to your growth is very important. That's something I need to do a lot better of, is paying attention to my growth and paying attention to the day to, even not just weekly or monthly wins, but just day-to-day wins. Keep track of that. Keep track of your day-to-day wins. Keep track of if you're somebody going through it right now, going through anxiety, going through anything, whatever you're going through. You're tough spot right now. Or maybe you're waiting on something to happen. Maybe you're praying and waiting for God's timing for certain things, which I've done a lot of. You got to hang in there, and it's all about focus, determination, and just attitude, and just what's your source. Do you have a strong source, a strong foundation, strong support around you? You have people you can trust, you can rely on, and you can talk to, and most probably talk to God. That's something I've been a lot of prayer the last month, guys, and a lot of, just like I said, a lot of epiphanies, a lot of just realizations of a lot of things, and just like I said, self-reflection. It's good. It's good to sit back and self-reflect and kind of just, like I said, something I didn't do enough of for a while. I kind of got off track for a little bit, just not paid attention to certain things. And a lot of it was just because, when I was away for 7 years, I was away. Up until I started this podcast, 7 years, I was away. I was, going through a tough time for a long time. I was really around a lot of people. Couldn't leave my house for a long period at times. Just due to my anxiety and panic and everything. Just, it was a lot. And it was a hell of a journey to get back to where I am now. And so grateful to make it this far, but also looking forward to what I've been focused on the last month, and just kind of reevaluating, just looking ahead, and kind of just listening to God, what he wants me to do next, is just kind of just seeing to take those next steps, those next leaps in my life. Because I'm ready. I'm ready to move forward a lot of things and kind of turn the chapter and, just go back to take the next steps in a lot of things in my journey. And so, but yeah, one step, one day at a time. And I know God has a plan and a purpose for everybody. He has a plan and purpose for you, whether you believe it or not. He has a plan and a purpose for you. And a lot of times, a lot of people miss out on that plan because they're not willing to, it takes takes a lot of courage, guys, to sit and wait for things and to sit and what I mean by waiting. Sometimes God's time is different than ours, and sometimes you gotta sacrifice some things temporarily and focus on other things till you reach those points. And it's not easy to do. It can be very painful at times, to be quite honest with you. And but a lot of us can agree to that. But you gotta, if you really want to get somewhere in life, you really want to achieve the things you want to achieve, you have to be willing to sacrifice certain things, but understand that God promises those things and they will happen in due time. And if you're somebody, you know, like I said, you got to just commit to the long term. It's like I have it right here in my box. Commit to the long term. And it's okay to have moments. It's okay to have negative thoughts. It's okay to not be okay at times. It's okay to feel anxiety. And one thing I didn't realize that I've really looked back on the last month, that in 7 years, there's so many moments where I'd have bad panic attacks when my anxiety was really bad. In those years where I just couldn't be able to control it. And I'd have to sometimes take medication, or I would have to call somebody and, try to calm me down. And somebody tells you everything's going to be okay. The coping methods. To where now, where I finally realized, I didn't realize it till recently, just looking back and reflecting, like I said, is how I actually now can, if I have moments where I feel it, where I have moments, because you're always going to have moments in life. It's part of life. That's how you react and respond to it. Do you let it? Are you on top of it, or is it on top of you? And I've really realized now just how far I've come in, like I said, in the last 8 years, and how much more just confidence I have with that now, with anxiety and panic. And I look forward to sharing a lot of those things with you guys. I can't wait to come back on the real. When that'll be, I don't know. I'm kind of rethinking the format of the show a little differently too. Just a lot of things I'm kind of just planning out right now, like I said, and just reflecting, taking my time, and also focus on some things too. My personal life, take some time away to take some strides. I needed to make time for myself and to focus on some other things temporarily. So, yeah, I know I rambled here at the end for a bit, guys, but again, just give you an update what I've been going through. Hopefully, maybe you're going through it too. We're all going to get there, though. Wherever you're going through, you're going to get there. I'm going to get there. We'll all get there together, and we'll talk about it. We can come up here on this Sunday live again, maybe down the road. We'll do one like that where everybody come up and share the victories, what they've grown in their life, and just that's what we need to hear more of. All we ever hear about is all the negative stuff nowadays. They tell you how to cope and how to deal with it and manage, but they don't show you the victories. They don't show you people that have overcame. You don't rarely hear about people that have, helped and healed themselves through God, through just, letting go and reframing and healing their past and just healing themselves. You don't hear a lot of that. You hear a lot of people that just accept it and they just say, this is who I am. This is what I'll be the rest of my life. That's straight up bullshit. I don't agree with that. I just don't. Anxiety and panic was never who I was. It was just a chapter of my life, and that chapter's over now. And now it's just been on the road to recovery and kind of rediscover myself and doing the things and chasing things and becoming who God wants me to be. And so that's what it's all about. But a little rant there in the end there for you guys. But again, love all you guys. Appreciate your support through all this in the last year. Looking forward to, like I said, looking forward to finally fully committing to this. How I really, and what I mean by that is really doing the things I really want to do with this show. What you guys have seen for the past year and some change, just been a little appetizer compared to the things that what I'm really going to be doing with this. So stay tuned, and appreciate your guys' support and prayers and everything. And like I said, love all you guys. It's been great meeting new people in the last year. Looking forward to getting to know a lot more of those people, and just I'll meet more people down the road eventually too. I mean, it's part of it. I'm looking forward to. That's been one thing I've been really enjoying this last year, is getting to meet new people and meeting people I never really knew, or just people I hadn't talked to in a while, and reconnecting with them. It's all about relationships, and it's been really cool. So, but I'm not gonna sit here and ramble anymore. Love all you guys. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah. Thank you.